Friends, every globe earthers asks flat earther that can you predict solar eclipse, lunar eclipse in your flat earth model? Now today I will explain how it is easy to predict solar eclipse as per flat earth model, and by this end of this video you also can predict eclipse. So start with the basic. Basic of flat earth. What is basic? The flat earth as per Vedic model, above this flat earth we have Rahu Ketu, then we have Sun, Moon, then plate of zodiac plate, then we have Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptorosi and Polaris. They are one by one layered and rotating. Now to complete one rotation they take different times. What we have to do is take star or constellation rotation as a initial frame of reference. That will be taking as a standard time 24 hours, and rest will be compared with the stars. So sun takes 24 hours 3 minutes 56 seconds, moon takes 24 hours 52 minutes 34 seconds, likewise Mars is 24 hours 2 minutes 5 seconds. So everyone is completing one rotation by a particular time, like this. Now what happened? This time gap is our main thing. But before that, let's look at the constellation position on the sky, on our sky. This is the constellation position. The smallest circle is the Tropic of Cancer. Zodiac sign Cancer rotated over there. And 3 is our Leo, 5 is our Virgo, 7 Libra, 9 is Scorpio, 11 is Sagittarius, and 12 is our Capricorn. This is the Tropic of Capricorn. Truth in plate side. Now after top Capricorn, this zodiac circle size, circular size is decreasing. Then it is Aquarius as 10, 8 is Pisces, 6 is Aries, 4 Taurus, and 2 is Gemini. Then again it is Cancer. So this is our zodiac position. Then they are not just 360 degree on a flat earth, but when they are 1 2 3 5 7, they also going towards the south, and after 12 10 8 they are going to north. So this is the position of the zodiac. If anybody asks what are the southern constellation, answer will be Sagittarius, Capricorn. These are the southern constellation. What are the northern constellation? That will be Cancer, Gemini, Leo. This will be the northern constellation, and they are rotating by 24 hours. Now let me show you one video to explain how they are rotating. Suppose this is our constellation. Okay, this is suppose Sun and one constellation. This is Cancer, or take any one constellation. Now they start rotating. This is Sun is rotating, constellation is also rotating, completing. But this constellation is taking 24 hours, whereas Sun is taking 4 minutes extra because Sun is slow. So after one rotation, Sun will be lagging behind by 1 degree. 1 degree Sun will be lagging behind. After second rotation, both are rotating. Every day they are rotating. So after second rotation, there will be gap of 2 degree between them, this constellation and the Sun. So likewise after 30 days there will be gap of 30 degree. So Sun will be not with this zodiac. Then another zodiac will come into the place with the, so this zodiac will be there, and Sun will be with another zodiac. So likewise after 30 days Sun will be, as is seen, will go along with the another zodiac. So they will be new pair. They are rotating. He is always 30 degree apart from this, but this is rotating. But after 180 rotation, 180 days rotation, this first constellation, then Sun, there will be 180 degree difference. And after 360 rotation, this zodiac will again catch with the Sun. So as David Oasis always tell in video that after 1 year, same constellation we see in the same position of the sky. This is because of this. Same constellation catches with the Sun. Okay, now let's consider the Moon. Moon is taking 24 hours 52 minutes 34 seconds, which is slower than the sun. So their gap after one rotation, their gap is 12 degree. So by only 2.5 days, just by 2.5 days, moon will change the new zodiac. This zodiac will go there, and the moon will catch us with the this zodiac. Now moon will up two rotation, it completes with this zodiac, and then it will complete with another zodiac. So likewise their gap is increasing, like this video, like moon and sun, like moon and sun. Look, after each rotation their gap is increasing. Okay. So by this way, now if we can calculate this gap, time taken to complete this gap, then we'll be able to calculate solar eclipse and lunar eclipse and phase of the moon. What to do? What is the calculation? Let's start with the moon first. Sorry, this is moon. Okay. Now what is the gap between moon and sun? Moon and sun gap is, moon is 52 minutes 6 and 34 seconds, and sun is 3 minutes 56 seconds. So if you minus their gap, that will be 2918 second gap is there. Now if we divided it, put in a calculation, 240 divided by 2918 into 360, then it is 29.6 days. Now what is this 240? 240 is the time 4 minute into 60, 240. 4 minute time taken by sun to complete 1 degree. As our watches, our time are adjust with the sun, that is why we will be calculating on the basis of sun. So sun is as taking 4 minutes to complete 1 degree gap between stars, constellation and sun. That is why we are taking 240. Now 240 divided by this and into 360 degree to complete 360 rotation, it is 29.6 days. This is the exact date time take to complete this phase change from new moon to full moon. Then again to new moon. So new moon to full moon, that will be half. It will be 13.65 days. Now let's calculate the other zodiac. Here let's take Jupiter. Jupiter is 24 hours 20 seconds. So 20 seconds is our difference time between stars and Jupiter. So if we put this 20 second into our formula, then we are getting 11.8 years. So Jupiter will complete 12 zodiac by 11.8 years. Those know astrology, they know these things, that moon takes Jupiter takes 11.86 years. Now calculate for moon. Moon is 52 minutes 34 seconds difference from the stars constellation. So now calculate moon. Moon, if you make it in second, this will be moon's time 27 days 27.3 days, and this is 27.3 days. Now let's take Mercury. Not Mercury, let's take another Saturn. Saturn here as per zodiac astrology 29.5 years. Now let's by this model. Saturn, how much difference time is there? 8 seconds. So let's put 8 seconds on that formula. This one. If we put 8 seconds, that will be 29.5 years as I divided by 365 days. So this is 29.5 years. That also matches with the astrology. This is in case of Mars. 2 minutes 5 seconds, 125 seconds. This is 1.8 years for Mars. So Jupiter matches, Moon matches, Mars matches, Saturn matches, every body will match. And phase of the moon changes also matches. We are calculating the time difference between the two objects. Now let's consider our eclipse point, the Rahu. What is the time of Rahu and Ketu takes? It is 23 hours 59 minutes 47 seconds. So it is faster than the star and constellation. That is why all other planets going forward, whereas Rahu and Ketu considered as retrograde, because they move opposite to the other planets, because they are faster than the constellation. So how much faster? They are 13-second difference there. So if we put 13 second, then it is 18.2 or 8.6 second. Now as per zodiac, look at the Rahu, 18.6 years. So this 18.6 years Rahu also matches with its rotation, but it is retrograde, always in retrograde. But they are all rotating in same direction, west to east. Why it is retrograde? Because it is faster than the zodiac, whereas other planets are slower than the constellation. Now let's consider our solar eclipse. To calculate solar eclipse, what we have to do? We have to take the difference between Sun and Rahu. Now we have to avoid star or constellation. As we have to calculate in how many days Sun and Rahu will be in same place. That has to be calculated. So what is their gap? It is 3 minutes 56 seconds and it is minus 13.7. So we have to add them. 13 seconds we have to add this is the for Moon and Rahu. This is Sun and Rahu. The time difference is 249 seconds. The gap between Rahu and Sun is 249 seconds. Now if we put that formula, it becomes 173.4 days. Now you have to ask why this 2? In other formula there is no 2, but why you are dividing with this 2? Because there are two shadow planets, Rahu and Ketu. So after Rahu, Sun will be eclipsed by Ketu, then by Rahu, then by Ketu, then by Rahu. So that is why I am dividing it by 2. So after 173.4 days, there will be another eclipse. Now let's look at what NASA say. If we start next 10 years solar eclipse, and if you calculate date between these two solar eclipse, any two solar eclipse, you will be surprised to know that it is exactly 173 days. Almost 173 days. You calculate properly by considering the days of the month, you will come to the 173 days. And I also search Google and what the NASA reply. What was my question? The gap between two solar eclipse, and it is they separated by 170.3 days. So these flat earth calculation matches with the observation given by NASA also. NASA is the disciple of our Indian astrology. He is the Indian astrology is the father of your NASA. Okay. NASA, we have Panchang system. All the degrees. What are the degrees? Now we have to know this degree, we have to, again I have to explain it. Look, this Sun is completing, this is also 360 degree, but there is another degree is also you have to calculate, because after 6 months Sun rotating, its size also increases and it go to Capricorn. So Sun from Cancer to Capricorn, this is 180 degree, and Capricorn to again going center north, it is 180 degree. So 2 360. Here is also one one 360 degree, and here is also 180. This is this direction. This direction is a 360 also, and here is also 360. Each day it is completed 360, but with the zodiac, due to its gap 1 degree each day, it is completing 360. So both planets, all the planets, all the planets have to, like Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, they are completing 360 with the zodiac, and they are also in this direction, they are also going to this direction. As I told you in my 1 year ago video, this was the case. The Cancer, Leo, Virgo 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 11, then 12, 10, 8, 6. This is Uttarayan and Dakshinayan, movement towards the south and movement towards the north through this zodiac plane, and it is so we can calculate now 173 degree days is gap between two solar eclipse. You can easily calculate. You can calculate solar eclipse of Mars, Jupiter, Venus by making differences between them. You want to know how many days Jupiter and Rahu will be catching each other. You just differentiate their time gap, 20 second and 30 second. Add it 33 second, and you put it that into this formula, and you will find how many days gap will be there between Jupiter, eclipse of the Jupiter, eclipse of the Mars. You can also calculate. Now let's consider moon, lunar eclipse. Now moon gap between moon and Rahu, sorry, this is not moon and Rahu. Moon and Rahu, 52 minutes 34 seconds plus 13 seconds for Rahu. So total 3166 7. Now if you put that into formula, that become 13.6 days. What nonsense. Her 13.6 after each 13.6 days we are getting lunar eclipse? No. But then why this calculation is wrong? No. Let me clarify here. What happened? Actually, moon goes to Rahu or Ketu consecutively by 13.6 days. But then why they are not covering the moon? Because as moon is, when it is near to the sun, it itself become black. So when it is covered by Rahu, another black shadow planet, we can't see it. But actually lunar eclipse happen. So in new moon time, Rahu and Ketu also cover moon. So that time we cannot see. So how this, the question will be, how this moon become reddish? Because as I've told you in my previous video, Rahu, Ketu are shadow planets. They are ordinarily reddish in color. But when they go near to the sun, suppose this is Rahu, going near to the sun, then this reddish become blackish. Due to the heat of the sun, some structural changes happen and Rahu become blackish shadow planet. Ketu also become blackish shadow planet. But when they are apart from the sun, when heat does not reach to the Rahu and Ketu, they are reddish in color. So during lunar eclipse, when they cover this moon become reddish. Now many people ask, and you can also search in Quora, every places, that half phase moon also get solar eclipse. How is that possible? When a half phase moon become reddish? And if you ask NASA, they will tell this is the environmental issue, some refraction is there, this is due to this and that. They never will tell the truth that this is due to the covering of Rahu or Ketu. That is why many times we see reddish moon throughout the year because of this eclipse. Now this Selenian eclipse, when moon and sun both we are seeing, how that is possible? Because this reddish color is not due to the shadow of the earth. This reddish color is due to the shadow of shadow planet Rahu and Ketu. Now you may ask how I got this time frame, because I have studied the Vedic cosmology, and they are that mentioned that in Chotur Yuga, 43 lakhs 20,000 years, how many times each planet rise or set. Sun rise like this number of times sun rises. Mars rise this number time, Jupiter rise this number time, and if you calculate divide it into one rotation, this time came. This is the time I have derived from this information from the Vedic cosmology, and that also matches with the astrology. Now, in astrological app, if you put this data, they can calculate this degree of this planet. How they are calculating? NASA is not giving information to this astrological app. They are using Panchang, that Vedic astronomer, astronomer gave them, astrologer gave them. So now, so due to this sun going in front, near to the moon, and new moon is not, we are not seeing the new moon lunar eclipse. So I have again searched. It is 345 days between two lunar eclipse. This is the general thumb rule, but there is a case when two consecutive months there will be a lunar eclipse. That is possible because two lunar eclipse happen in 13.6 into 2, 27.3 days. So after 28 days there can be a lunar eclipse, because moon again will be covered by the Rahu and Ketu. So moon, I just by using my simple calculator I am doing this. Now imagine if I have a software and nanosecond calculation and all degree, then what will be their prediction? This kind of prediction can be done. Degree, minute, second. That is mentioned in our Panchang. So prediction of eclipse is very easy. This astrolabe is made like this, one by one. How is this work? Astrolabe work? It's work beautifully, because as per Vedic model,
the orbits of the planets are placed on additional parallel planes.
Because the planets are placed in parallel place, that is why this astrolabe works. This is our structure, how Rahu, Ketu, Sun, Moon, and planet zodiac rotate over each other. The Sun and Rahu, Ketu, they go south and north on this track, and this track is completing in a particular time. That is why their speed is increasing and decreasing. Their speed is increasing when they are in south, because they are going just south to this track. Hope you understand. This is how zodiac is going. Sun is rotating and going just by sun is not, speed is increasing, just sun is going from this middle to this side, the south side. Sun is south to north, south to north, south to north. This sun is moving, and that is why, but this track increasing sun speed. This is our model. This is how if we look side angle, and this is how it look from the top view, that this is the sun, moon, zodiac all are rotating, and constellation changing of zodiac signs. Hope you have understand. And I have searched in many constellation, 24/8 constellation. I have put stars, nakshatra, and they also matches exactly all position. This is the final position. This is how it is there in the sky, because I have followed moon for 14 days, and I have seen moon in the this southeast sky, and after 13.6 days I have seen moon in the northeast sky. Why? How this is happening? Because it's changing and its size is going to north to south, south to north, north to south, south to north. This is Uttaran and Dakshinan. Every planet has this northward and southward movement of the flat earth, and also they have one rotation in particular time and gap between this constellation and time gap between this star constellation 24 hours and Saturn constellation, that gap if you divide it in as a time we use, sun's time we use. So if we calculate by this formula 240 seconds, then we will get Saturn time as 29.5 years to complete 12 zodiac. So by 14.75 years, Saturn will be, once it will be as seen as the south sky, and one again it will be seen as north sky by 14.75 days. Again by 14.7 it will be go to south sky. Hope you understand, and you can calculate eclipse of Mars, Jupiter, everything using this formula. Simple formula, simple logic. The time gap, when they will catch, when they will this formula. This formula working on phase of the moon, working on the eclipse of the moon and sun, working on the eclipse of the Jupiter, Mars, everything, and gap transit of sun, transit of Mercury, Venus, just by calculating their time difference. And I have separate video for transit of Venus, you can watch it, you can do this calculation. So this is the truth. NASA is a fake organization, Earth is flat, and this is the beauty of our sky. Wake up man, wake up. Thank you.